wallet is sobbing. I can hear it. I can hear it in the hall now. It is breaking down, crying.
It turns out that Attila, the arrogant so-and-so, he's got a fake hammer.
Oh, a fake?
Yeah.
Whoa. As I say, dick.
Welcome to episode 89 of the Your Allegiance podcast. Another one on the meandering path to Allegiance Con. And this week we have Blaise and Arthus Zoron, and we have Brett Stodart and Big Greg. So that's going to be fun. Sir Utjak himself, along with Sir Stodart. Isn't that what we're going to call them, Rich?
It is, yes. That's my naming convention for them both now.
There you go. You'll see it on Rich's little tagline if you watch the YouTube. So he always comes up with a funny line literally 3 seconds before he joins. So they're never that well thought out, but they always work.
How dare you, John? As if I would leave it that late. As if.
Of course you would. And how are you, Mal?
I'm all right. It's Monday, so...
It's Monday, yeah. It's Monday. But we have the interviews done, so, yes. That's good. So we just have to record this little intro bit. And what brightened up your Monday, Mal? Because I know something that brightened up mine. He's heavy and he's got a gun.
That's what she said. A
little gun. He's got a big gun. There you go, look.
And I've already tweaked him to give him slightly different limbs as well.
You got the Bardrick legs and the Krotos arms. So you give him this little orange jumpsuit underneath the armor almost.
That's it. And it looks great. It looks like it was almost meant to match, but I'm sure it's just coincidence.
That's a beautiful coincidence. This is what's going to be
so
the
light gunner.
I think he's like, I don't know, he's kind of the leader of the gunners, isn't he? Just looks cool. Hadn't really thought that far ahead.
Slightly less porky gunner, maybe.
That's it.
Well, he's the commander in the back. So he doesn't have the big armor on. He doesn't need to be out risking his life.
If it all goes wrong, you can just run quicker than the others.
You need a little walkie-talkie accessory for him, or or maybe a loudhailer. One of those.
I was going to say, it's like they say in those horror films, Mal. You don't need to run fast. You just need to run faster than the other people.
Exactly that.
But I'm very impressed with this guy. The pauldrons were, I don't know, on mine were just a little fiddly, but I managed to get it. And those hoses, when you've got big fat fingers, takes a little bit of messing about. But once you got them in and done, pretty good. And this helmet works well on that head. You just need to take off the little visor piece from the kind of the tusk helmet, and you stick it in and it clips in, and it's pretty solid. Yeah, it can come off if you try and lift it up, but if you have it on the figure, it'll stay on pretty nicely. And the paint is great, a little bit more matte than I thought, which is great. I love that. So I think under studio lights things tend to look a little bit glossier always, but I'm always happy to see that, because you got plenty of metallic detail with the silvers and stuff like that, and even some of the kind of brown here is a little bit shiny, almost like shiny leather. Maybe that's what it's supposed to represent.
Worn leather.
Yeah. And then the green is kind of quite muted and, maybe good for a little bit of stealthy, heavy gunning.
Really, really nice green as well. I wasn't expecting it to be quite as nice as it is. But yes.
Yeah, I can see how some people mightn't like it, and then other people like me would probably think it's my favorite tusk, I think, now. Yeah. So just because of the color scheme, because the parts are, similar. You could make, you can pretty much make this with Sligor. So, the parts are all out there. And even the Red Jet has this kind of bulky front piece as well. So, but very nice little one-off, and they're still available on Store Horseman. So, snap them up if you can. I don't know if they'll be available this Friday when this goes out, but they're still there.
That's the other thing. The paint app on the gun is really, really well done. Yeah. Loads of detail. It's great.
Yeah, and I think the way the that we got those guns, we got the regular guns with Legion builders first, and those guns, all the cosmic guns, have a lot of potential for different paint jobs and kind of, from the horseman, or indeed, if you're brave enough, you can do a little bit of customizing yourself. So that was it. Heavy gunner. So happy to have him. Probably I got 3, but probably would pick up more if they were at the horseman table, depending what else is there, of course. But can't have enough of this guy.
Yeah, if I like mine as much as you boys when I get back home in a couple of days' time, then yes, I will be looking for more at the table.
So yeah, your wife had to take. They all got delivered at the same day to us. That was hilarious. And then Rich was away from home. He's up with his mum in Wales. So his wife had to take delivery of the box of stuff. So he was delighted with that.
It always happens. I can sneak the boxes in if it's me, but no. And it's only 3 figures, so it's not a massive box, but it's another box.
No, yeah. Yeah, and mine arrived very early. Like usually mine arrive in the afternoon from FedEx, but they were here at like 10 o'clock this morning. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because I got the I normally get a text message from FedEx when it's out for delivery the morning of. And I got the text, and literally half an hour later, it was like the door was ringing. I was like, who was that? Oh, bonjour, c'est FedEx.
I think it was about 11 o'clock for me. So yeah, it was.
Yeah. They're on the ball. They want to get this stuff delivered before Christmas.
Yeah.
Well,
I had almost
soon.
I had almost the opposite of thing up here today. I brought some parcels that I sold on eBay up with me to post here. So organised it's the post he came and collected, and I'm in the sticks up here. I mean, let's be honest, this is in the sticks. And the postman turned up, and it was like, I've never done this before. What am I doing? So it's like, yeah, I put the addresses on the boxes. You just put the stickers. He's like, okay, yeah, great. Okay, thank you.
Oh, right. Oh, you're doing that shipping from there now as well?
Well, I didn't have time to post the stuff before I left Bristol, so I just brought them up with me.
Very good.
Yes.
So the person that bought them will be wondering why the seller says Bristol and the postage says Wales.
Wales, yeah. Yeah, one of them, the funniest one once was I sold something, and again had to bring it up here to post it, and it was only going 5 minutes down the road. So that guy must have been like, well, hang on a minute, what? I bought this in Bristol, and it said it's been posted from Anglesey, which is 5 minutes away from me. What the hell?
Could have done local collection, saved myself a few quid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, could have just delivered it to his house. Yeah, it's like, there you go.
That would have been funny if
I've travelled all the way from Bristol to give you this by hand.
Delivered it. Yeah. Yeah. You got the white glove service, sir.
Yeah.
And I believe you're starting to take pictures of your stuff for Legion's Con to put up a little post.
I am. I was wowed by your very professionally done one. So I was saying to you guys earlier, I got a baking tray and a brown and a black towel draped over it. So using that as my background rather than trying to get rid of backgrounds on pictures, I'm just taking them against black. And then I'm going to copy and paste them all together into a sheet, and then I'm going to put them up on
Excel sheet. Yeah?
So nothing. Well, maybe nothing says professional like a Jones job. It has to be said.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of my base photos the background wouldn't have looked. They would have looked worse than a baking sheet. But I used a little bit of removed background magic from an image editor and. Put them all together in a little grid that I had actually done the template for last year, so that saved me a bunch of time because I remember doing that grid was a bit of a learning curve. So, so I'll just pop up what I posted. So I posted a bunch of heads. These are not all the heads I have because some of them I've shipped off and some of them I hadn't taken photos of. But it's a good bit of it. So you get to kind of some of them I did have last year as well. There was some leftovers. I took out the ones that I wasn't 100% happy with, touched up some, and the rest of them were fine. So they're going back. Some of them are older pieces, some retired pieces from Planetary Dog Toys now. So that's pretty sweet if you fancy those and can pick them up and you like the paint jobs. And
there's some fabulous paint jobs here, John. People. As the owner of a lot of John's paintwork, trust me, people get them. After you've bought from me,
Go.
definitely get onto John's stuff.
Yeah, and they'll be on the lower end of the price scale if I can manage it. If it doesn't annoy too many people. So this is the sculpts we have then as well. We've put these up before, so just to put them up to remind people we have them. So the Rijo Mal, the Cosmic Mercenary. So I think he'd also go good on the Heavy Gunner, maybe Mal as well. We could do.
Yeah. I think he'll, as I say, I think he'll work on pretty much anything.
I wish I
with the
had.
right painter.
Wish I'd kept one of mine now to see it on. And we got the Shanaki, the Leprechaun Storyteller. So he's going to be hopefully pretty popular. We got the big bear that I painted that Rich gave to me so that we could do a giveaway. So pretty much every purchase until we run out of tickets on Saturday will get entered into the draw for a bear, so we can do the draw on Sunday then, and hopefully the people are still there and give the bear over. And yeah, if people aren't buying from us, I'm going to give the entries to our booth buddies. But, hopefully that'll work out well. And then a couple of customs that I managed to get finished. So this kind of fiery cosmic guy with, I don't know, swords in Cosmerium when they've got flames on them. I think that can work.
Yeah.
I think when they're flaming, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I did the little kind of lava rock effect on his torso. That's actually like a Magnus type torso that I kind of shaved off all the rivets and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And kind of made it, kind of flattened out the detail, and then put this kind of texture paint over it and stuff. So yeah, and the limbs are actually from the Shadow Orc Legion Builder. And then that's I think an Oleg Tiger armor that I repainted everything on that. So yeah, pretty cool.
I could see like the job you did on the belt, John. That was awesome.
Yeah. It's nice. I was tempted to go a bit, to kind of go even a little bit more, how would you say, kind of bright on the belt. And I thought, you know what, there's enough bright. I think the belt needs to kind of just match in and kind of, blend with the armor. So I probably made a good decision there. And then we have the Ganix figure, which is from our episode that we did with the Enablers on their show, where they made us design a figure. So I did a full repaint on all these parts that I had put together for a figure. I did this kind of repaint in like a Photoshop type thing for their show. So I had it. So it's not exactly, I did change out a couple of parts. For example, I'd used the Varg wrist straps, and I didn't have an extra pair that I could use for custom. So I got different ones, but I think they work just as well. And I changed the boots because I actually had these boots now. That's originally what I wanted to do. These are Marley boots repainted. And I just didn't have, I did have a Marley, but I didn't have them, like a spare Marley, I didn't have it open. So that's why I didn't use them for that show. So, and again, I gave him Flame Sword because why not? I think it's pretty cool. This orc guy, I had the kind of bones of this custom lying around for ages, but I finished this bone kind of skull axe with that I'd got when I bought some stuff from Anthony. I got it in one of those orders, and the Toy Force, that is. And so thought that would go well with him. Gave him one of the shields that I've done before. And then I also kind of did some foliage on his pauldrons here to kind of... and that the cloth, kind of plastic cloth Templar stuff there is kind of repainted and kind of made a bit more kind of grimy and orky. So, and I love that head. That's the orc head from Jason Rodriguez with the dragon on it.
With the dragon, it's a great sculpt.
Yeah,
definitely.
And then this is the one with Mal's head that we did, that he designed with Edu. So I did all the other ones in really luminous kind of colors. I thought cool fun for Cosmic, and I was on a bit of a kick with those. But I did hold one back and I said, okay, I want to do this one almost. I loved that it was a Thraxian Hunter that we had seen in the latest Cosmic Wave. So I said I'd do something similar to that, and I had bought a couple of Olex, the naked ones. So that's a repaint of that with the brown cloth goods piece. these cool weapons. I know this one on the right, I think, as well, is from Toy Forge. I can't remember who the one on the left is from. And yeah, I really like how it turned out. And the belt then as well. Yeah, this was one where I'd done the whole custom, and then I remember I sent you a message, boys, going, "Oh, I found the hands on the table. I've forgotten to clip them onto things to paint." So they never got primed and they never got painted, and I did the whole paint job. So yeah, I had to kind of delay a day on sharing it with everybody because of that. But no biggie in the end. And then this I posted before is the leprechaun I did. That's going to be on display at our table. Not sure if I'm going to sell this guy, but definitely have him there for display. I do like him a lot. I mean, I like them all a lot, but this guy, I think he has a lot of unique stuff that would be hard to replace if I wanted to do him again. So yeah, might need some convincing on that one. And then this repaint, I think this is going to be a display piece on our table. If someone wants to buy it, they might make me an offer, but I don't know if I'll have him for sale as such. But yeah, it's going to be cool to display some of the cosmic stuff on maybe or something like that. So that's what I put up. So sounds fun. Going to be fun.
We also got
good stuff.
Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing stuff. Yeah. I was going to say, we also got a picture of what Mal showed off this week. Not that he's selling him, obviously, but
oh yeah,
is our Renault.
I forgot what I called it. RN-10D. Was that right?
Yeah, we can bring that up right now. No problem. So you did basically a tribute to Terminator T1000, or was it
T800? Yeah.
So here we go. Look at this.
We were talking about doing cosmic skeletons, weren't we? And I was just sat there, and it was like, oh, it's so dumb, but I'm going to do it.
It's not dumb at all. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen more of these.
And someone did say that on the post. I must admit, I was a bit surprised that nobody'd done it yet. And I mean, it's not the most difficult one. The most difficult bit is I chose to do the joint prep, so dremeled the joints so that they wouldn't rub. But it was very easy otherwise, because it's just paint everything metallic, wash it, and dry brush it. But it looks really good. The eyes.
Full repaint of a figure is never easy, no matter what you say.
It's time consuming, isn't it?
And I love the weathering you did on the gun here.
Yeah, it's worked well. And I tried to do a bit of object source lighting, as they call it in miniature painting world, around his eyes. And I did it on the scope, and then thought, hang on, it's a scope. It's probably not a good idea that it glows, but it looks cool. Rule of cool.
Yeah, exactly. Rule of cool. Definitely trumps rule of practicality.
Yeah.
And then rounded it off beautifully with the soft goods from Pops.
That was sort of a bit of a last minute decision. Well, yes and no. I was toying back and forth with, because there are pictures, if you look for T800, there's from the later, and I'm guessing comics as well, but the later films where they've been in the war and they've got clothes hanging off them, and that's what sort of inspired that a bit. Cool. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So there's an actual...
looks really well there.
An actual link back. Yeah, that's really cool. So we're trying to convince Mal to bring that to Legion's Con, at least to have on display, and something cool. He's claiming luggage space might be an issue. I don't know. I think he can sneak that in somehow, Mal. Come on.
I must admit, I have rethought that. It's just whether I can.
I know. I mean, of course, I'd like to go with an empty bag, but
and then bringing it back. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. He won't be for sale though. Just more so because the soft goods require paying for quite an expensive figure to get them back. So.
Yeah. Well, we have. We'll also have an episode where we do an interview with Chris James about the Pop and Swap event. Yes. Coming up in Legion's Con, so that might be something where you could pick up some boxes of soft goods as well.
Yeah,
so,
well, if that happens, that may change if he comes with me. Because as I say, the rest of him is not too difficult, and we're getting those other skellies, which could use them.
You have to give Mal a box of soft goods in exchange, as well as cash.
Well, I was going to say, enough
Or
to replace him.
Yeah, Mal's like, no.
Right. Well, we shouldn't go on too long because we do have 2 quite longish interviews, very good ones and fun ones. So
fun.
let's
Quite
get over to those
philosophical
guys. Yes, it definitely gets philosophical at some stage. So, watch out for that. But yeah, great. More super talented and super fun people. So looking forward to that. And we'll have more next week as well. So enjoy the interviews. We'll chat to you again soon. So more awesome people. This time we've got Blaise and Arthus from, would you say, north New York, both of you?
Yeah, people call it upstate New York, but it's
upstate. That's it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
we're not that far from New York City.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. I guess. New York does stretch out there, doesn't it? You can get all the way up to Canada nearly from New York. So, how are you boys doing? How are you, Blaise? Doing well?
Doing all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No complaints.
Busy painting?
Yeah, trying to. This week didn't work out as well as I had hoped with
yeah, well, you know what? I've seen all the awesome stuff you've posted. You're going to have plenty of awesome things for people to enjoy. And you, Arthus?
I'm doing fine, except getting panic mode. Yesterday, as he showed me to.
By the end of this episode, we'll have proved to people that you don't need to panic. You'll have stuff on your table. and you guys, so the reason we have you on together, more than of course we want to talk to you and works out, is that you actually traveled to Legions Con together. So
we are partners in crime.
Yeah, you are kind of partners in crime. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
And do you ever get to hang out, at other times of the year, or?
I saw her yesterday, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's about 45 minutes away from me. He actually lives in a town that I used to live in. My daughter was born there. So
right.
I pass through there a couple times a week usually. So
yeah.
That's pretty
cool. Richard, did you tell them that when you texted me about this, Blaise was just with me, and they were like, "How do you know that I'm going to text me this time?"
Yeah,
that was
I got the picture back with the two of you in it. I was like, "Oh, hi."
That's a great picture.
It was. Yeah. I should use
we meet from time to time.
I should use it for the title cover of this episode. That'll work. Yeah.
That was impeccable timing.
For sure. So, why don't we?
I do something right.
You do the odd time. Yeah. We've had a few timing issues here. Rich's phone autocorrect
That's all right.
sent the time 5 hours late or too late. Right, let's go through a couple of things just to prove to people, Arthus. We'll start with you because we've had a lot of. You have more pictures than Blaise, so Blaise has a load of stuff, but he tried to send stuff that he hasn't pre-sold because
catch up yesterday.
He told me yesterday. I said I sent John like 8 or 9 photos. He's like, "Dude, you better catch up." I was like, "Uh-oh."
Well, we can also have a look through on your Instagram if we have the time to see.
Then 40.
Right. So Arthus, and I had to do it into 2 different slideshows for you because StreamYard has size limits, and rather than reduce the quality of the pictures, I just split it up. So I know that you like the kind of elves and elf sculpts. I find them difficult to paint because they're smaller than a big barbarian head or something. But
this year says it's my theme because last year was a theme for the dwarf and duergar. So this year it's going to be elf and drow.
Wow. So there's lots of elf and drow friends, and they don't get enough love, I think, from the customizing community. Probably for some of the reasons I said, they can be more tricky to paint. So tell us about. We'll go through some of these photos.
First of all, this photo I asked Nate Strong to take the photo for me. So it looked better than usual on the Instagram.
I said to the guys, I said, I mean, he can paint, he can do everything, he can do customs, and then he sends you the pictures, and they're amazing. I'm like, and he can photograph them.
Not me. This is Nate Strong.
Right. So
Right.
what did you do? Did you send them over to out to Nate? Or, wow.
Right. I sent I don't know, like 7. I don't remember, like 7 or 8 figure to Nate, and then asked him to take the photo of it, and in the process, he was like, "Can I have this one?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So probably like send out 8, come back 7.
Yeah. Lucky you didn't send them to Richard Jones, because they'd come back none.
Yeah,
So yeah, this had like this year I'm figuring about most of the head and brow, and
Yeah.
most of the head that I'm doing is also from the artist from Thailand, Wacharin, or also known as Action Point Studio,
Mm-hmm.
in the Cabal, and in on his Instagram. So I have an extended business trip in Thailand, so I was kind of stuck there for 2 months. This is kind of like a emergency plan coming up, and because I plan to go to see him anyway, because we were to go to the class together. So I asked him, and we talked about this, and he kind enough to help me in producing all this, I don't know, 60 or 70 heads within 1.5 months, which is usually it's going to take him like 3 months. So
Well, you put him to work, huh?
yeah, I was like,
So yeah, we get a better close-up
Yeah.
look of the heads here.
but as you can, I'm not sure, but if you look at this photo and through the photo that I'm sending, there's some kind of like style that I changed in the makeup. It's gonna get softer and more pastel, because this is what I did before I went to class with Wacharin in Bangkok. So that class was kind of like how to do the makeup to the miniature.
Right.
So I changed a little bit of my styles. So this one is going to be like, like kind of hard, not pastel. Yeah, but mostly it's like elf, and use a lot of 2.0 body.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
Right.
Which can be hard to track down.
Yeah.
So at the moment.
It is very hard. Yeah.
So expect to pay the 2.0 premium here, folks.
But luckily that we have like all the wizard 2.0.
Yeah,
body.
true.
So
That's true. Yeah.
they get murdered a lot in my lab right now.
So you have a lot of wizard soft goods, that you can make use of, huh?
Yeah.
Here's 2 more.
Right. This is 2 more, and the one in purple, I use Father Christmas soft good and Max Bird soft good together, so make it her elf wizard, and the other one would be like a brawler something. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Right.
we can get a closer look there. So
Right.
I love the look of those 1.0 cloth legs with the 2.0 body. It's a great
The
look.
MC Hammer hands.
Yeah, I love it. Because it's just something different, It's not like,
Yeah.
and not everybody would be wearing the same kind of pants.
true.
Right, it is. And I saw this first time in Cabal, like someone did that, and I asked people in the studio, the customized studio, like, can we really do that? Or I was imagination of something that I saw it somewhere, and they said like, yeah, they can do that. So like, okay, let me try. They use a lot of boiled water.
Yeah, you
So-
just got to heat the hell out of them.
So
Yeah.
is it is it into the same? It's a 2.0 kind of waist bulb, where that you plug into.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's why I said like, whoever that's come up with this, like, have a lot of imagination of the thick and the whole.
yeah.
This is a PG show. Come on, Art.
I'm sorry.
we can blame a guest. The guest can.
I was just going to say, can we stop talking about heating up parts? It's I'm getting PTSD here. The John and Mal know, but I was heating up some parts the other day for my swigs for the Legion's Con, and I heated them up on our carpet, and I melted part of the carpet.
Oh my god.
So I've been apologising nonstop to my wife for the last day and a half. So lesson learned there: never heat things up on a. It didn't occur to me for a second the carpet would melt.
So it's cost you the price of a rug, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. and possibly a meal out at some point.
Well, you should always do that, regardless of whether you burnt the carpet or not.
Right. So one of this photo was the one that Nate Strong. I mean, it's already at Nate Strong.
Okay, so is that the one on the right side? The
elf with the
fringe and
the white hair, right? Yeah. So
yeah, I can see why it's very cool.
Yeah, nothing much about this. The other one was like I decided based on some crazy girl who like drag around with a giant axe.
Yeah.
That's all. Nothing else. She looked cute, but she's a murderer.
I really like that one.
Nice.
My kind of woman.
Well, Mal.
And here you can see the quality of the photo is changed.
So
One is Nate, one is mine. So right,
Yours
the
is
other one was
bandit,
like some kind of like an orc dancer that I showed in
she's very
some
cool.
of the show earlier. The other one is the drop priestess, and I just put the soft good that I asked someone to do it. I mean, can I say it my soft good then?
of course,
Kind of like that. So, because the idea was like I have not seen a lot of Blaise using in this, so I was like, yeah, let's try that. It's kind of like sexy, and it's easier. I mean, I don't know. I find it very easy to use. So
yeah.
I just picked someone and I, asked the tailor of my sister, force her to do it, and then now she enjoying doing it. Yeah, so
Pick that up in Thailand, or
yeah, I went to the fabric mall in Thailand, and then I bought a lot of fabric, and then I asked her to do it. I mean, like why wasted an opportunity when you go there to Thailand for like 2 months? So just find something to do, and I like, ta-da! I have my own line of soft goods. Very limited number.
And
That lace looked amazing, though.
Yeah, the lace is really cool, huh?
Yep. Thank you.
And the green. Did you repaint this whole body here, or was?
Oh no,
was it
just
part-
just the chin and the face. The whole thing is coming from the female orc. What do you call it? The one that comes with the games.
Yeah, the builder.
orc builder. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mythic Legion's
right.
tactics. Yeah.
Yep. That's all. And
Right.
the head and the feet come from Watcherin. I use a lot of his stuff. The soft good is CJ Sin that come from the figure.
Right.
Yeah, just
Oh,
making
on her. Yeah. And then the last ones here we have this section. So
right. Also head from Watcherin, and the soft good, the red skirt is mine. It's the lace. The other one is like the scarf come from CJ Sim, but other than that, it's come with the figure. I just mix and match with Elf Ranger.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Thamir is the soft goods, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, of course, yes.
So
Cool.
most of this is incorporated with the storyline in my head about that's, as I said on my Instagram, that I have a theme. So like last year there was a theme for and now I forget what was that, Underdark Rising or something. And then last year was a duergar coming, but this year is going to be one too many draft. So all of those figures are related to that, like the drafts coming up to the surface and then invade, and then the human alliance and elf alliance and coming to help. And okay, so we have here Loth herself in the humanoid form, because I see a lot of people do like half human and half giant spider, so I'm not going to do that. So this is Loth in her human form. And then the other one is coming from the folklore around this area. It's called the Lady in Black. And by the way, Lady in Black is already sold, pre-sold.
This is the one on the left side here. The
one with the lace marks.
Yeah.
The veil.
Wow.
Right. So all of that's my soft goods that I put on. Yep.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, these are both awesome.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yes, a lot of trial and error. And these two are the elf. It's the same head, but not the same size. One is 1.0 and the other one is 2.0. This is also from Watcherin as well. Have to shout out to him because I was bucking him for maybe more than 2 months because he's been doing elf, like female elf, a lot of female elf, and they're like, I want male. I can't find any male, and I was like messaging him here and there from time to time until he was like, okay, just be done with it. So he do the 2.0 first, but the 1.0 there was actually kind of mistake because it was his first print, so I think the proportion is not right yet when he do it. But it turned out that it's kind of fit right on the 1.0 body. So I told him like whatever that he's been first run printing that is good enough to sell.
Yeah, that's.
I would take it. So he sent me all the picture and he said like, yeah, you just circle what you want. So I circled the whole page like one. The whole thing.
That's a rich move.
So I don't even know like what I got. I just know that I have it, but I don't know which head or which style because he have like 5-7 heads of style or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So these the one on the left is on a Mythic Legends Tactics Elf figure, and the one on the right is the Zylernian Guard build.
Yeah. So it's he will have this pre-order open somewhere like end of October, somewhere like near Legion Con, because so people can go to my table and see the real thing, and if it happened to sold out or something and people still want it, you can go to his Instagram and order it.
Very good. So there'll be multiple ways to get it. But check Art's table first if you're going to Legion's Con. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So then we got some dark elves.
Yep. That would be the head, not just the figure to sell, because I just tried it on. I mean, because I think that the shadow elf is not very difficult to find lately. So I think I'm just going to do the head and sell the head. And
yes, and there's a close up of that head there as well.
Right. The eyes.
The eyes are
the eyes are amazing.
They look alive, in fact.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. And this lady here with the.
I really.
Yeah, this one is another group. Yeah, that is a group of the fairy. So far I have 4 fairies coming out in this Legion Con this time. 1 of them already pre-sold. 3 of them maybe pre-sold as we speak. Someone show interest. Like he might take all 3. So
very cool.
Yeah,
always good.
And people was asking me like, how did they get the wing and stuff? And like, that's a special guard and special mind worker.
Yeah.
You had some fairies last year as well, didn't you, Art? On your table?
Huh?
You had fairies last year on say, did you not?
Yeah, I have a fat giant dwarf. No, not giant, like a tiny dwarf, and then I make him a fairy. Yeah, just one.
Yeah, just the one. Yeah,
with
that was
big
very
belly, and then he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put some lights on it so he can.
What wings were they then?
A tiny small wing from Arthus 2.0, like.
Oh, they're her wings. Yes.
Yeah. And then
these ones on the right here.
Right. Those is my other theme. So this is kind of like Asian influence theme that I also have it last year. So I continue it this year because last year I have samurai and I have some of the Ganesh and gods around the world theme kind of thing. So this year I have almost like Hinduism influence style figure, as well as some of the Japanese influence figure, because samurai will come back. Like last year, 4 of my samurai was 2 or so, the other 2 was not. So I'm going to bring them back again, and then I'm going to do some more of the Japanese influence, like 2 more figure. No, 3 more figure. And then the other would be like what you can see right now in here is the Hinduism influence. That one is God of chaos. It's called Rahu, which is a black demon with half snakes. And the other one is the god Ganesh, which, by the way, he's also pre-sold. since
Sneaky.
March,
He's
May.
pretty buyer's rich.
I'm not surprised. He's an incredible figure.
So Rahu is still available, but the other one was sold. And I have a few more with this in Hinduism influence.
So
right.
Here's these guys.
Right. So this one is also the same, but it's kind of Hinduism influence also. If you heard about the epic called Ramayana, which there's an Indian in Hinduism stories. And that is also have adopted throughout South Asia and Southeast Asia, which is for Thailand. We also adopt the same story of Ramayana, and then we change it into play. King Rama the First of Thailand, which is about he wrote this as a play way back for like 200 something years ago. So, and you can still find this one as a play in classical Thai until this day. And we also have like an art on the wall on the Grand Palace about Ramayana. Wow. But this is what happened that you can see here is I try to adapt it with the whatever that I can find in Mythic Legion. So the head, I asked Black Forge Studio to, oh no, not this head. This head is a original design from Black Forge Studio. And I found him and they were like, oh, what is this? You can do more. And then I commissioned him to do some other design, which I will show you later. But what you can see here, the Peldron and the head is originally come from Black Forge Studio design. So I incorporate him to do with, all of this. Just put on the bling blings. That's all.
Mm-hmm. It's very cool.
That's all. It's incredible.
Yeah. And then we have some stuff to do.
This one, oops. This one's supposed to be the last one anyway.
Okay. We can skip it. We had something to do with the eyes.
Yeah. Just go back to that slide. I was just going to tell you.
Okay.
So those are the 1.0 that I circled the whole page is from Watcherin. Those are the 1.0 that I have available.
Right. Nice.
And I have
that's not many. So
not so many.
You got to get in there.
Yeah, not so many. And then I have 2.0 for about 30 heads, which I already paint some. Some of them I'm not sure if I have time to paint, or I might have some unpainted for sales. And those 1.0 I might have some for sales unpainted as well. And the other one is you see the baby hippo over there.
Yeah.
So her. This is Mudeng. So it's pygmy hippo that's with some internet star in the last, I don't know, month, something.
Okay.
Most of the people might heard her Mudeng. So this is also from Watcherin. I asked, he made this just last week, and I said like, I need that. If I have time, I'm going to paint it, but if not, it's going to be coming in like unpainted. This is not for sales. This is a token of appreciation for the early bird. Only 10 people that come to spend at my table on Saturday morning, the first 10 will get this as a token of appreciation. No matter how much you spend, because this is an early bird token of appreciation, not the big spenders' appreciation.
I love it. I love that.
I only have 10.
Very cool. Wow, I'm going to have to try and get it, but I don't think I'll make it.
Right.
Cool.
And this one is also from Watcherin. We were talking about this. He made it for himself, to his own use, to practice the eye. But I said, like, this is crazy. This is so good. I want some. So he made me some, and then we were thinking that we should give this away for anyone who wanted to practice for the eyes. So he gave me about 100 pieces. So I'm gonna give it out for free to anyone that come to my table.
Oh wow!
You just need to have you just need to have a password, and the password is, "Can I have one, please?"
So be polite, people. That's all you have to be. Be nice and polite.
Yeah. So
and you can see here the stages for painting the eyes. So that's what you should follow. So screen grab that if you can. Sure.
It's this big, by the way, just that. So
yeah, the piece is small, but that's good because you need to practice that size because that's
Right.
the size are on the figures. Yeah.
Right, and it's actually 2 sides. So you have like 6 slots because one side is have 3 and one side have another 3.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, wow.
The one that I have it here is 5 slots. It's one face. This is the older version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And after Art mentioned Mudeng, I had to Google Mudeng. And apparently Mudeng means bouncy pork as well. What a
Yeah.
great name for a baby pygmy.
Yeah, baby hippo.
Yeah, it's like anytime I've been in a Thai restaurant where they have the menu with a lot of the regional, actual real name for the dishes. When it comes to the pork section, it's called moo, which I think is always funny.
Yes. Mudeng is actually like the one kind of a meatball.
Right.
Pork. Yeah. And now we named it as a baby pygmy hippo. Right.
If it's Thai food, it's bound to be tasty.
And
My favorite.
What we have here is another design. Okay, this one is the one that I commissioned Black Force Studio to design. This is a monkey, also for Ramayana storyline. And I asked Noble Bear Custom to print for me. I only have like 20 pieces each for now because I don't really know like anyone would know it or likes it or not. So we're like, okay, let's try only a few to do it. And then the other pages was the soft goods, the pants for the Ramayana character also. I might have some available for sales, but I'm not sure if anyone would like to, do it or something. But it would be good for any theme about Southeast Asia or Indian kind of stuff. Yeah.
Rich puts his hands up.
I would as well. They're very cool.
I know one person interested in buying them, Mark.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be one set missing before it even leaves the car. So.
I don't have it right. I don't have it right now with me.
He's down to 9 hippos as well. Then by the sounds of it. There you go. That's your taxi fare.
So all of this that you see in the photo is actually took by my sister. The tailor cannot make it in time that I left Thailand, so she mailed it to me. It's not here yet. Hopefully, it will reach here in time.
Fingers crossed.
For the recent con. Yeah.
I'm sure we have a few weeks yet.
Right.
This amazing paint here on these.
Yeah. So this is a monkey. What you see earlier was a demon. So this is a monkey. This is the good army side. It's a story of Ramayana who's like good fight and win over the evil stuff. Right. So and you can see the gold chain. That is also thing that I made to incorporate with the character.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you said you made them from an actual bigger one that you would wear.
Yeah.
On a traditional Thai.
Right. It is. So I just took the whole chain and stick it one by one for the character. Yep.
Brilliant. Oh, I love this redhead is here.
Yeah. I tried to finish him, but I can't. It's a lot to do on him. So, but by the time the Legion Con, he will become the full figure. I'm just waiting for his pants.
Ah, good. Yeah.
He has no pants on at the moment.
Come on, Postman. Come on. Come on, Postman. And get
so naked monkey. There we go.
Right. This one is kind of like not really Hanuman character that I have earlier, but I kind of played around with it. If consider this as a man, but wearing the mask of the Hanuman. Yeah. So he's kind of like a fighter or the wrestler. And then, as you can see, he have a lot of tattoo, and then he's wearing a mask. So he's actually the man, not a monkey.
So you
that's cool.
Painted those tattoos on yourself, or?
No, I'm not that.
No,
not that good. This is a decal.
A decal. Okay, cool. Also cool. And this is the white body.
The white monkey, also known as Hanuman, but this is not the Hanuman that you will see in other media, because this is Hanuman inspired by the Hanuman from Thai literature, the Hanuman from Ramayana version in Thai. So he's supposed to be like white monkey with all this stuff. And because of the limitation of the resort that I with the tails. So he has no tail for now because I don't have the tail. And the pants, I forget to drill the hole for the tail. So he's going to be tailless monkey.
Oh, someone get Art to tail, huh? And here's the last ones we have in your picks, Art.
Right. So this is also the same character from the storyline, but it's a different monkey. So we have the white, we have the black, and then we have the red and the green. Yeah, kind of like that. So this year I'm going to be very heavily on something that I have my own design, whether it's going to be like the head from the Ramayana storyline or my own soft goods and stuff, which is kind of like, I don't know, let's take some risks here. Something that people doesn't know well about, but I'm not sure if I can,
No, I think your work is so well done that people will want to find out about it, which is, I think, the best.
Thank you. And
part of it.
From my last show with Legion Lounge, I also showed them about the zodiac sign dwarf.
That's right. The
year of dwarf. Yeah, those ones gonna be available for set, as sell as one set for anyone who want or any collective individual to buy, because I do not want to break the set. Hopefully,
I can understand.
Yeah,
I can understand you don't want to break it out. It's an incredible set.
Yeah, I was like,
amazing.
Thank you. Can I not break it? Like, can someone or can a collective of individuals coming in and buy it or something? Well, we'll see. Because if not, then I'm going to break the set on Sunday morning.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
That's a good idea, though. You can try to sell the whole thing on Saturday, and then if it doesn't go on Sunday, people get a chance at the individual ones, right?
Right. That's what I did also with the Gorgon sister last year, like the 3 of them. So I was not going to break it until Saturday morning. And then, by late Saturday afternoon, someone came in and like, I got that. I take one. Like, okay, thank you. So hopefully someone will do like that again with all the dwarf.
I think there's trust. They are they're very, very nice. An excellent set. It works as a set.
Yeah, it really does. It's like, if anyone's got, that money, then buy it. And it's an amazing display piece to have those set up like that. It's incredible.
Yeah. I was thinking about, at first I priced it about 900 something, but then I think like, it might be too pricey, but it's 12 pieces. So anyway, I just mark it down to 7.
It's this, isn't it?
Huge amount.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So I mark it down to like 750 for the whole set, 750. And if anyone want to buy an individual, it's like, I don't remember, it's like 65 or something. I mean, you look at the Gemini, you got 2 heads for 65.
Yeah, plus the stand.
And the standalone is like 35. And the head that I charge, this year I'm charged my head somewhere between 40 to 50.
Yeah.
So the heads alone is already like more than the whole set.
True.
Yeah,
and
most of these are like good start to a custom too. I mean, it's basically
right. Like if you want to do something with it, like because I use the part that's still available in the market, so you can complete them into the whole figure.
Yeah,
right.
True.
Because the idea that I got this is because of last year I have a few Duergar head left unsold because I think people might not know how to do or what to do with it. So I think like maybe I should do some guide, as a guidance for people, like what I can do with this, with the head, and then get some idea to start, and then can start it from there. So that is why I produced the bust. Yep.
Yeah, and we had Mark Calvo on recently, and he did the stands here for you. Yeah. Right.
Kind of commission. I asked him to do it, and he helped me doing this one. It's available on his it's not available on his website, but it's available. If you send him a message and ask for it, he will do it for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I really like the bust sort of, the chest, the torso and the head bit. So somebody in the UK, not using those stands, different stands, but he's done a few like that as well, sort of thing. And it's just got that real shelf presence. They're really good.
Yeah. That's the idea also. Like, I want to do the headstand and stuff also, but some of them, it might look creepy. So like, okay, let's do the bust, like half body.
Very good. Well, okay, Arthus, you can take a breath there while we have a look at what Blaise, some of the stuff Blaise has. So firstly, we'll have these customs that you sent through to me. So talk to us about these as we go through them.
Well, I'm nowhere near as curated as Art's stuff. Mine is much more random. So yeah, I had like 5 or 6 pieces that have sold already, but then I wanted to, I want to save a bunch of stuff to, give people first crack at. And so this is all stuff that, that'll be available at the show that I'm not going to pre-sell. Excuse me. This is a dryad, with some planetary dog pieces and a head from Corey Shortenhofer. How do you say his last name?
Shortenhofer.
Thank you. What that guy said. So yeah, he's great though. He's got some really cool pieces and he does great prints. He's a great painter too, bud. So
yeah, I got painted one of these heads direct from Corey. Actually, it's a brilliant head.
Yeah,
I love this figure. I love the colors. Green. I love green. Is my favorite color. So obviously, gonna be a fan of this automatically. But yeah, and then the wood effect is really nice here.
Yeah, this is one I was debating keeping, but I had a lot of people kind of reach out and ask, and I kind of, this year I'm trying not to have such an emotional attachment to things I'm debating about bringing, because I can always make them again if I really want to, So
yeah, it's difficult, but yeah. So here's another one.
Yeah, this is a Von Box. I think this is an Emil head. Just kind of like a ghoul knight. There's not a ton of paint on here other than the head and the body weapon, but it's like a Valiant Knight kind of mixed with the bits from the Red Death body.
Yeah, looks very good.
I really like that. It's like creepy. It's like, oh, it's just a knight coming towards me, and then you're getting closer. It's like, oh crap, no, it's dead. It's a ghoul.
And this sword is just a really weathered Legion sword, or is it a third?
Yeah, I think it's like that. I think it's the sword that comes with the Valiant Knight. Maybe I just did a lot of rust effect on it.
Yeah, looks great. This one got a lot of love. I posted it. It's amazing, extremely impressive. So this is kind of a Medusa /
Day of the Dead kind of.
Day of the Dead,
Yeah. This is an idea I'd had for since last year at Legion's Con. Kingpin Lenny had done a bunch of sort of Day of the Dead customs that I thought were really cool last year. So I kind of had this one circulating around the old noggin for a while, and then I just finally got around to see. It took a lot of time. I mean, it was a pain in the butt, but
yeah, I mean, just those the skeleton kind of stuff, the white on black. That's not easy to do.
Yeah.
Without a lot of time,
Exactly, a lot of coats.
Yeah, for sure, a lot of patience. Do you have that patience, Art?
It's just
Do you have that amount of patience, Art?
That's why I shoot my head. That's something
That's what I asked.
The first time these Medusa heads are a notorious pain in the arse too. I remember the first time I was talking to Art about it. He was like, "Those are the heads that made me want to quit painting." Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep, it's and then you realize you have to do all the eyes on the snakes. Yeah, I did one, and
the mouths. It's like,
I did one, and I think I looked it over 3 times, and every time I looked it over, I found an eye that I hadn't done again. Something,
I have like 8 of that head sitting there somewhere in my studio, unpainted for a year.
Well, don't do it, because we don't want you to quit.
Ooh, this is nice. I've never seen this before.
Cosmic Mal.
Yeah, I really, really like this one as well. I like the that helmet that sort of probably initially seems like it's a Mythic helmet, but it works really, really well with this build.
Yeah. I kind of just, this was another one of those, this is a Mark Calvo stand as well. And I kind of just wanted to do a sort of like, like evil looking cosmic, night creature or something. And just basically with a bunch of fodder that I had, different parts I had laying around, but I think it worked pretty well. I was happy with the result.
Absolutely. It's cool. And so is this, what's the kind of thought process here? This is a kind of reanimated person?
Yeah, something, or like a kind of like, half cyborg kind of creature dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of the same idea as like, what Art just showed before with the, with the bust. So you could kind of, you could pop it together with a, one of the Red Jet figures and make a, full figure, or you could leave it like this as a sort of, like a set of armor on a bust or whatever.
Oh yeah, that works. Yeah. Or
Is this the setup?
Sorry, Rich. Yeah.
I was just going to say, Blaise, is this a setup you had with the vampire head originally as well?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I had shown it with the vampire head just because I had done those like in the same time frame, but
not that I stalked Blaise's Instagram account or anything.
No, we'll have a quick look at that. Don't worry before we're done. Yeah, you could stick a jetpack maybe underneath this little thing at the bottom, and that could be his way of getting around. That'd be pretty scary.
That's a good idea.
I love this Batman dwarf tribute kind of custom. It's really cool.
Yeah, when Jason Rodriguez showed that set, I was like, I really dug it because it's kind of like, it definitely has the Batman aesthetics, but it's not like too over the top where you're like, okay, it's not a dwarf, it's Batman. It's kind of, it balances the two well, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that cape is from where?
Oh, where did I get that? I think from eBay.
Okay.
Action Figure Armory, I think it is. He has really, really affordable, nice quality capes.
Yeah, it looks great. Another Medusa snake person this time.
Yeah, this is these parts. It's the same. The head is from the same sculptor, Teal Titan, as that last one, but the tail and the torso are from Blue Inferno. He's working on a Medusa set, so I'm going to try and have I have 3 Medusas done at this point. One of them sold already. I'm going to try and do one more just to sort of, I don't know, my crazy head, you have to have the 3 Gorgon sisters. So I want to try to bring 3 to sell. So we've got 2 done. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, time's running out, but yeah, you could kill yourself one more time. Another of these type of bust figures, really cool looking.
This is the guy I was trying to finish before this show, but it wasn't in the cards. I knew I kind of wanted to do a shadow work like brute scale since, brute scale came out. I think, a lot of us kind of like that size better for the orcs.
It does work, yeah.
Yeah. So this guy, hopefully, he's almost done. Hopefully, we'll be done soon.
Very cool. I love the hair color. It's really nice. Just a bit, gives him kind of unique look.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And then the Cosmic Miner.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sobbing. Mal, pick your drawer up. I can hear it. It is breaking down.
Yeah, I really like this guy.
Yeah, it's a really cool set.
Yeah, I mean, this is the planetary dog head that you only get when you order from them during a certain time, and you're not guaranteed to get the head. So it's hard to come by.
Yeah.
It's the pauldrons as well, isn't it, Blaise?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the full set except for the wrench. So you get both the pauldrons, the chest plate, and the head.
So,
and then the like giant hand glove thing is from Rocket Fist Studio or Customs. I think it's Customs, Rocket Fist Customs.
So prepare thy wallets for this.
Yeah.
You can see there's a lot of paintwork gone into it, and the raw materials are quite rare and hard to come by. So, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, very special.
But
piece.
excellent. I love it. I love the color scheme. I love the way Cosmic Dwarf. It's sweet. So you've done something here with the legs, in terms of that's the upper half of.
Yeah, it's just the upper half of a Tusk Sentry leg, and then I just plugged the feet, much like what Art was talking about before with putting those 1.0 thighs and a 2.0 waist. You can kind of jam those feet on there if you get them hot enough.
Right.
So, it's kind of like a shortcut to Cosmic Dwarf legs.
So it's the kind of thick plug that goes from the ankle up into the lower leg that you get into the knee part. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the peg from the knee joint going directly into the...
going directly into the foot. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Wow, those pegs are hard to get in and out as it is, so...
Yeah. Yeah, you really got to heat the heck out of them.
Yeah, and melt your carpet.
We start talking about heating stuff, please, for the love of God. I'm sat here looking at it as well. It's like, oh no.
So we also have your, let's have a look through your Instagram page. So you post very regularly different paint jobs that you're doing. First thing I like is that it's kind of, the pictures are all uniformly the same. So it's like the same background, the same framing. So I think that really stands out, because firstly, it just looks like a picture from you. And secondly, then it's easy to compare the stuff. But yeah, I mean, obviously you could see here, you don't need me to tell you these are all really, really amazingly done.
Yeah, most of these will be at Legion's Con, the majority of them.
Yeah.
That 1 second on the right, Blaise, is that one of the Von Burke Darth Maul type heads?
Yeah, the Darth Maul, Darth Vader kind of looking one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 of those from him, so I wanted to, at least bring one with me.
Yeah, that's a nice sculpt.
Yeah, it's a cool sculpt. I like it's kind of,
I like it. And you can also tell it's a Brian Burke sculpt. He has a style, and just tell from it, yeah, which is very cool. I love this type of thing you do here with so this is obviously see-through resin, or kind of, translucent resin that you've used and painted around.
Yeah, I think I've
don't
got
use the word translucent. I was going to say, John, don't use the word translucent. You know it triggers Mal.
Triggers him to buy stuff. Yeah, so this is. So how do you do it? Do you just paint around it? Do you mask it off? Do you?
I spray the whole thing with like a clear gloss coat, and then I paint just around all the
around it.
Yeah,
okay. Gotcha.
We never mask.
Yeah, I never mask anything.
Him and I never mask.
Yeah, well, it's in the end, it's more work than it's actually saving you. So this is another mental head. I mean, and that whole symbol around her eyes, that was all done freehand, or? Yeah.
As soon as I saw this head, I was like, it just was screaming Gene Simmons to me. Not that I'm even like a big Kiss fan, but it just, it gives that vibe. So I knew I wanted to do one in this kind of style.
It's one of those things, isn't it, that is a bit off the wall, but actually it really, really works as a paint app. Yeah.
And those are always the best ones, the bonkers stuff.
Yeah. I can't believe the symmetry you got in the face paint. That's
the first time that I saw this, I was like, "What got into you?"
Yeah,
it just look amazing.
It does. Yeah. Batman here, is he gone?
No, he's available. He was like a personal sort of project, but I think I am going to actually bring him with me.
Yeah.
So
that's first appearance Batman, isn't it?
Yeah. I always had a soft spot for that kind of purple gloved, Detective 27 look.
Yeah, it's really cool. So much good stuff here. We could spend all day. Is there anything else you guys, Mal or Rich, want to?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you click on the 2 robots, because you did sort of the paint for the prototype for Anthony and for this newest droid or robot or whatever you want to call it, didn't you? I think it's fantastic. I think that Metal Heart Chronicles line is a really cool idea, and your paint out there was really good. Really,
thank
really
you.
like that.
Yeah, Reynolds Cruz did the one on the right, the original.
I was going to ask how do you
left?
How do you put the ball joints together on this robot? Because I got a kit, but I can't put it together.
The one on the
doesn't.
Yeah, the one I just did is all magnets. So
Okay.
like those little arms,
No,
legs,
I was talking about the older one, but
the old one.
You did.
Yeah, the old one you need it should have come with like a tiny Allen wrench, and then everything just kind of screws in together.
Yeah, the screw-in parts work, but there's parts where you have to put ball joints together.
Yeah, they can be a little tedious. I had to sand them down on mine to get them to work, because otherwise they were just not. They were tough.
Okay. Maybe that's what I need to do. Right. Anything else, guys? This is always a popular head. This
the Katamari head. That's an awesome
Katamari head from Mortal Collections. Yeah. And this is Noah's head. It's very cool.
Yes. That one I'm keeping, but I do have another one. Oh, no, wait. That one I'm bringing. I have another one that I'm keeping. I've got two.
Cool, yeah.
So
I've got this head on my bench to paint, so I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
Yeah. Classic Thepidom here. Really cool. And then I think we go last but not least, our two heads for Legion's Con, which I've actually shown these before on the show, but really, how did you find painting these?
they were both a lot of fun. The Leprechaun was obviously a bit more work, but I
apologies.
No, that's not a bad thing, you know.
Yeah. I liked it.
I'll definitely be picking up another one from you guys at the show.
Oh, definitely come and see us. Yeah. And this is the one, the cosmic one.
It's very cool. And I love the eyes on this. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a fun head. You can kind of, you could go all out and like spend hours, doing all the small little details, kind of, or you can do a kind of a more speed paint method where it'll still look awesome. And then you just need to kind of maybe do the teeth and the eyes and stuff and the straps, and you'll have an awesome paint job. So I think every level of painter is going to get a lot of fun from this sculpt in particular. The Leprechaun is a little bit more, can be frustrating if you're not quite experienced. So yeah,
can you scroll down just a bit more, John.
Oh, really?
My wallet is sobbing. Here in the hall now.
Which one?
Now, crying.
Which one do you want to look at, Rich?
Keep going.
Okay, I just gotta shout out these. I love these.
Yeah,
the cosmic ones. It's they're awesome. From Borderland Horde, we had those guys on a while ago. Great guys.
Yeah, those guys have been filling it with some great films.
They're not far from you guys either. I guess they're up in is it Rhode Island?
I think so. Rhode Island or Connecticut or I haven't looked.
So they're kind of over in that corner though. So not. I'm scrolling, Rich. I'm scrolling.
Yeah. Is that one on the top left as it was now?
This one?
Oh, yeah.
Good. No, you've gone past it. Up.
One up.
Okay.
That's amazing. Got the one up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see this Viking undead.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah, you don't want any Vikings, Rich. You just want dead ones.
I can have Vikings just as long as they're not associated with Noble Bear.
Yeah, so I think everyone knows by now, Blaise. I think last year people didn't know you as well. I mean, you'd obviously were posting stuff in the community, but consistently this year, you've just posted awesome paint job after awesome paint job.
Yeah, amazing.
Which, as a painter myself, is inspiring and also like, my God, I need to up my game. I guess you feel the same, Arthus, sometimes.
Well, it's like that with all of us. I think we all kind of,
Oh yeah, I think you have to firstly say, yeah, it's amazing, and have to appreciate it, and then from from within yourself, you have to go, right, can I do as well, or can I, improve to do something that cool, or do I just have to say, right, I'm going to buy that off him?
Well, I got chatting to Blaise when he came over to our table last year.
Yeah.
And it was, oh, nice to meet you. And he's like, oh, I'm just a Noble Bear thing. And I walked around and looked at his painted heads. I was like, oh God, there goes money. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, will I do Asian inspired customs now? No, Arthus, he's always going to be better at that. Certain types of tribute figures, you got people that are just knocking it out of the park on those. So you have to kind of find your niche.
It's a very niche this year.
It's great, Arthus. People are going to love it. So I think with that, thank you very much for your time. It's been awesome. Apologies again from Rich about the time mix-up.
Yes.
So I'm glad
I'm holding my hand up. That was my fault.
I'm glad that we made this work, and we'll look forward to releasing this episode, and everyone can get to see what we've just seen right now.
Thank you.
Thanks, both.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
And we're back with more cool people, more super cool people. This time we have Brett Stodart, our buddy from across the pond. This interview is going to be more about what it's like to be at Legion's Con as one of the fun people. And later on, we're going to have Big Greg as well popping in to kind of add to the conversation. So how are you, Brett?
Doing well, John. Thank you very much. Beautiful Sunday morning here in Pennsylvania. Can't complain.
You're in Pennsylvania, is it?
Yes, sir.
So who were you near then from the community?
Everybody in southeastern Pennsylvania. Guaisage, Javaria, Jesse, Anthony. It's too many to name, really. It's really a very centrally located area. I'm 100 miles from the studio. I'm 40 miles from RetroCon. It just goes on and on. I will get up on a morning of a show, drive out. No show that's around is really more than 2 hours.
Wow.
Now I do go on the longer trips, like to see Mal over in Muskegon, but I'm very centrally located to all the happenings and all the people. Like Lynn is not that far. Greg, really, in the grand scheme of things, Greg's not far.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I grew up in the Midwest, where everything is 5-6 hours apart. Out here, 5-6 hours puts you in 4 different states.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. And a lot of big cities there. You got Philadelphia, I guess, New York. Probably not that far from where else? Washington,
Boston,
I guess.
DC's not far. Baltimore's not far. Oh, Atlantic City. I can get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and be on the beach in Atlantic City well before sunrise.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So with all those wonderful attractions around, how come you're into all this nerd stuff, or we're sitting in big halls and out of the sun?
I don't know. I could ask you the same thing, but it's more my speed.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. So how long have you been going to Legion's Con then?
This will be my second one.
Right.
So, last year was the inaugural one for me. Actually, I didn't even get into Horseman products until November of 22. And it was after the 22 Legion's Con, a couple weeks after, that I got my first ones. And, it's been uphill, downhill, black hole, rabbit hole, whatever you want to call it. A fun ride, a wild ride, an amazing ride in just under 2 years. Never in a million years would I have thought that a toy would have brought so many people together. And you hear it all the time. Come for the toys, stay for the community. And I got those first figures, and I was playing with them. And then I learned you could take them apart, and then you could customize them. You could do this, you could do that. No, by the way, there's 6,000 other people right here in this one central place that do the same thing. And it's like, I found it.
Yeah.
And for me, one of my first memories of toy collecting of any form was actually when we were living in Bovington, down near Wool, Dorset area. And I was in the hospital, and my mom was bringing me a Lego set a day. And so Lego was the first thing I ever really started collecting. And then when I saw people popping apart a Legion, I'm like, that's just a giant Lego figure.
Yes.
I can take the hands, the arms, the head, the legs, the hips, and put them back together. They don't come with capes? Run outside and grab a rose petal, popped it on it. It's got a cape. I made my own soft goods. A 5-year-old lad. Oh,
were you the one with the cupcake thing for a skirt for a figure? Was that you or was that somebody else?
No, that was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
But that's a brilliant idea.
That's
an amazing idea. Yeah.
You can get the tinfoil ones too, and it just
shiny.
You got a skeleton in a tutu.
For sure, yeah. So so what's your plans for Legions Con this year?
I'm going to start off by going to intern. Schmerberger is taking me as his +1.
Oh, is he? Nice.
Yeah. So shout out Greg there. So I'm going to hit the ground running.
Check out his new to Mythics show as well.
Great show. I love the intro. I just absolutely love. I can put that on repeat over and over. It's just there's something about the way he's talking and what he's saying. It's heartwarming. So actually, I'm going to be coming in Wednesday night after work. I'm just going to leave right from work. It's only about 70 miles than just coming in from work. Stay Wednesday night at the hotel. Thursday, it's going to be the intern, hobnobbing, rubbing elbows, catching up with people, checking out what's new at the studio. Really looking forward to the Armory Night builds for it's there.
Oh, yeah.
And then, Friday, I'll get up, whatever, G-Con, and probably not too long after G-Con ends and the night's festivities begin, I might just bring my cot out into the hall in front of the door that's going to be for the Armory experience and sleep right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Brett's one of these absolute lunatics that queues up all night for stuff.
Last year I was getting up and going down and getting in line when all the fellas were just finishing up their evening festivities. They're picking up bottles. They're putting everything away. Dennis Derby and I were 2 ships passing in the night. He was going to bed and I was going down into line. But yeah, Rich is right. I'm one of those crazy
in those queues, or is it,
Sometimes you get about 15, 20 here and there. But I take a mid-afternoon nap.
Okay, I was going to say you're going to have to.
I'll take a 2, 3, 4 hour little siesta in the middle of the day, and then do it all again.
Wow.
Intern last year was where I met Brett.
Yes.
So he was a star from the off last year, which is another reason we got you on, Brett. He gave me, David, Thomas, and Sam. I think he squeezed us all in, didn't you?
Yeah. There were 4 of you in
intern to the hotel.
Mm-hmm. Plus all of our boxes and all of our suitcases, all of our luggage.
I don't know what you're talking about. I had no boxes of figures.
They were standing out in front of the studio waiting for an Uber that was going to cost them, I don't know, something ridiculous, like $70 to get to the hotel.
Yeah.
And there's just me in my big Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I'm looking at them get in. And we just shoved everything in.
Yeah.
Slammed the door down.
People have boxes on their laps and all sorts of stuff. It's we will get this all in. We will.
I'm the hell they're going to pay that price to get from the studio to the hotel? No, get in. We'll make it work.
You basically saved them their shipping fees, huh?
Yeah, you go, exactly.
This is where Brett's a better person than any of us 3 who'd all look out the window, flick people the V's and laugh as we drove away.
The British way.
Yeah.
Fuck off, wanker.
or charge the figure maybe to. Yeah. What have you done for me lately? Do not cast dispersions my way,
But that's just part of what this community is. It's just helping each other out and just making sure that everybody's having fun and safe, is getting what they need and where they're going.
For sure. And you hang out with as well for one of our big friends of the show, Stephanie Orkin.
Yes.
She's a good buddy of yours, I guess, and Dave as well.
Dave and Steph both. We went down to IshCon together. Met Dave, Steph, and Jesse in a parking lot of a Walmart. They left their cars. We headed down to IshCon, spent 3 days down there. Had a fantastic time and great little road trip. I love the little road trips like that with people.
Yeah,
It's
I
fun.
mean that's I'm more jealous of that than like just the fact that you can go to these shows. You know,
Mhm.
you know.
Well, we have
it's
little
that part
Mythic
of it.
meetups like all the time. And you pop down and go for.
Yeah, this is what the podcast is for us. This is our little Mythic meetup.
Oh,
Every week, you
I
know,
gotta say,
we
you
have to-
guys do a
we have to do it
wonderful
virtually.
job, and I can't wait for every Friday morning at my commute. I can listen to you.
I love that.
More
I love
often than
that.
not, I'm like wanting to engage in all the conversations. You guys will bring up a point. I'm like, I want to stop down on that and talk about that with you guys. Then I sit there in the car talking to myself about it. Oh,
Well, yeah, you shoot
Just
us a
make it-
message anytime, you know, especially Rich, and especially
just
if
make
it's
a
something
list,
against Rich, you know.
If it's something, oh, cheers, John. Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, how dare you say anything about the noble bear? You know?
it'll be nothing like that. Nothing like that.
No,
And it's usually something that's just random. You'll start
Yeah.
talking about something random, and it pops up like something that goes right along with that. And
yeah, but you have have you lived in the UK for a while or at some
so
stage?
my
or-
dad was in the army,
right?
so he was stationed at Bovington, which is the long armor course down there. It's where the tank museum is now. So when I was 4 or 5 years old, I was running around watching live fire tanks go boom, boom, boom up into the Lulworth Cove, and I climbed Dirtle Door and did all that fun stuff. Cork Castle. I absolutely loved Cork Castle as a kid. I had more Dorset cream teas than I can count, and so yeah, we lived down there for a couple of years, and I've been back more times than I can count. I absolutely love England. We would go all over, into Wales, up to Scotland. Unfortunately, never made it to Ireland, John.
Well, you know,
that
there's
is a
still
big
time,
regret.
right? Yeah,
You
there's
know?
still time. There's still time. Just pop
Yeah.
over.
Oh, absolutely.
One of those
Someday I
budget
will get there.
airlines the next time you're in the UK.
But there's a lot of Stodarts up in Scotland, and come to find out that's where the bulk of my family is actually from. And there's a cemetery on, I want to say it's the Isle of Man. Is that the one that's north?
No, that's is it? Isle of Man is right in the middle, kind of.
Yeah.
Right up the
Between
coast of
Ireland and
Scotland. Yes, that one. Okay. There's a little cemetery, and it's 90% Stoddard. And
wow.
I was flabbergasted because I never knew that side of history of my ancestors, and I got to claim them because it's same last name. But yeah, so I was last in the UK. We went there for Star Wars Celebration. So that would have been 23. 23. Yes.
23. Yeah,
20, April of 23. And then, hell, I spent the night in Bristol.
I know, yeah. If we'd known each other, going out for a couple of beers.
If we had only known each other then, and I drove up through Birmingham on my way up to Liverpool. So, live there, have a very much of an affection for it. A lot of friends over there. I think that's
It's
part
interesting
of
what you're
why I
saying
like listening to you guys, because it reminds me of my friend.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's interesting what you're saying about the Isle of Man, because it's it's a good size island, but population is not massive.
Right.
But coincidentally, my wife's grandmother was from the Isle of Man, so
Awesome.
another Vegas. I don't think she was a Stoddart, but I will double check that now.
Yeah. It's a small island, not very many people. There's possibility though. There's a diverging line there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And going back to your Dorset cream tea thing, scone or scone? Be very careful how you answer this.
It really depends on who I talk to. If I talk to most Americans, it's a scone because they don't know what the hell a scone is. And even some people in the UK, in certain regions, they still call it a scone, but it's usually scone, like gone.
there
we go. That balances out the fact you're an Everton fan, Brett. You're coming back towards the light side. There we go.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But a scone over there is more like a biscuit here.
Yeah, that's what you call a biscuit. Yeah, biscuits and gravy is a kind of
exactly. I just watched the funniest thing on YouTube a week ago, and it was a bunch of British high schoolers trying biscuits and gravy for the first time.
Yeah, we saw that one as well. Yeah, someone sent it to us.
They're all talking about that. It looks like vomit. It looks like vomit. And then they taste it, and they're like, "What is this magical, delicious treat?"
To be fair, I was impressed with the kids that they actually tasted it, because a lot of the kids would just go, right, I don't like the look of it, not happening.
They'd run.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was impressed. Incidentally, Isle of Man has no speed limits. I heard that once.
Oh, well, now I need to get back and rent a car.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's probably a bit too small to do much damage, but I know they have a motorcycle race there every year, Isle of Man TT.
They do, the TT, yeah.
Although my problem is if I rent a car and drive over there, I'll drive like a 90-year-old grandma because it's on the wrong side of the car and on the wrong side of the road. When I was driving around the last time, I was just pokey because I'm not used to the distances and clearances. So as I'm going around corners, I'm like really careful. I'm like looking. It was a trip.
Yeah, well, I learned on that side, and now I mostly drive on the same side as America, the right side over here. And I find it weird.
Does that mean sometimes you don't drive on the correct side over there, John? You said mostly.
No.
So I imagine like once a week, I just drive completely wrong side of the road.
If I go back to Ireland, obviously, but the thing I always found hardest about changing over, and so now I think if I went back to a left-hand side, so UK or Ireland, I'd find it more difficult just to get used to. It's coming out of a one-way street onto a two-way street. That is like a death trap when you're driving on the other side to what you're familiar.
You're so used to and familiar with it being judging distances from the one side or the other. And yes, that's exactly how I felt, Don. Like, oh crap, I have to turn left. No, can't I find a different way just to?
Oh yeah, totally. And there's one airport in Ireland, and when I'd been here a long time, it's Shannon Airport. So there used to be a flight down there, and it's a bit closer to where I'm from. And it was years ago. My dad collected me, and I hadn't been home in a year, I'd say, to Ireland. And he collected me, and we drove down the roundabout about 100 yards from where he picked me up. And I put my hands to my face as he was going into the roundabout. I was like, "You're going to kill us," because I was so used to going the other way. And he's like, "What's wrong with you?" And then I realized I was like, "No, nothing. Sorry, I was only joking. You know my sense of humor. So good. So, yeah, all those little small things. Yeah, but it's like languages. This is why it's always more complicated over here than in America because
because you got to deal with French, German, Dutch, Belgian.
There's three official languages where I live, and I can drive to 2 other countries within 2 hours. That's 2 more languages. So.
Yeah, and I tell people over here, it's like imagine if Jersey spoke a different language from New York, from Delaware, from Pennsylvania, and it's mind blowing. Over everything, I was in Wisconsin this last week. The state of Wisconsin is about the size of Germany.
Wow.
It's the state.
Wow.
And it's over here. Mal, how long did it take you guys to get from Nate's house and outside Detroit all the way over to Muskegon?
Oh, I can't remember. It wasn't
3 hours,
but it was something like that, a bit more maybe. But yeah, it wasn't.
John's in a circle of 4 countries in that amount of time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd be down in the Alps if I drove that far, down in Switzerland or somewhere. Yeah, it's crazy. And we're so much more compacted together in terms of population size. I mean, obviously on the east coast there of America, there's plenty of big population centers, but.
It's one mass from Boston all the way down to Florida.
I guess Wisconsin being the size of Germany, I guess it doesn't have 60 or 70 million people in there. Yeah.
No, not even close.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you're staying in the hotel then the whole time?
I am coming in Wednesday evening and leaving Monday morning.
Monday morning. Oh, cool. So we get the Sunday night as well. Yeah,
absolutely. Sunday's the night that I'm going to not go to bed early and have to get up on Monday, so I'll be able to stay out late past my normal bedtime.
Nice. So we need to watch out for Brett on Sunday night. Yeah, for sure. There'd be nothing to queue for. Is there anything what about Saturday night then? You don't need to go queuing on Saturday night. As of yet that we know.
Well, it depends on if I want to get the armory experience a second time, or what the figure fair is all about. Do I want to be with one of the first 10 for the figure fair? Do I want to?
Brett, you're going to get the armory experience at Intern for a day as well.
Oh, I know, but I have a plan. I have a list of already. I sent it to you guys' IG at your Instagram, and I'm like, this is what I want to get. And
Fair enough. Rich is the same with his list.
Plus the all-in. I don't know. Rich. Oh, that's another thing. Every time you talk about a spreadsheet, I want to show you my spreadsheet. I like spreadsheets. My displays are set up by spreadsheets, and it's like there's number of figures in this shelf, and the numbers better equal to the master list, or else I've got running around. Damn, circular reference again.
Show me next month.
I shall, because I keep a copy on my Dropbox, so I can play them on my phone.
Do you want me to set you up a little sub family podcast of just Rich's spreadsheet buddies? We can get Matt Drake in here as well. You can just do maybe monthly would be enough for that show, to be fair.
Shooting the sheet.
Shooting the sheet. There you go. That's brilliant.
There you go.
That's my OnlyFans title, Mal. I can't use that again.
And the Welsh edition is called Something the Sheep.
Those Welsh and those sheep.
Well, Brett, anyway, to bring it back to mythics and cosmics and all that, I know that you're a keen photographer, and I do know that you're not that much on Facebook anymore, but you are on Instagram. So I'm just going to pull up your Instagram here to have a look. Look at
that. Photography is hard. I thought it was going to be easy. I thought that they don't move. I can just put them there. No, toy photography is hard. Shooting people is a lot easier, John.
Yeah, I guess
you guys are all familiar with the song, right?
Yes.
Okay. I got them, and I had
that's YMCA, isn't it? That's YMCA, yeah.
It is.
Yes.
I had to. I couldn't not do the YMCA.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
It's brilliant. Those pointing fingers are so much fun, aren't they? Yeah. Here's another cool one. I mean, those skeletons are so great, and
I found some 1/6 shackles on Amazon, and they fit perfectly on these guys.
Cool. So I guess they weren't even that expensive. So
they came out of China. It was like 10 of them for $6. Chip.
Happy days. Right.
Excellent.
We need to get ourselves some of them. Mal, look at that. We got some red jets.
I like the red jet.
Yeah, they're very cool.
And I don't know, Mal, you have a keen eye for cosmic. You see what I did on that trio?
Hang on. I'm on your Instagram, so let me look closer. No, I'm not seeing it, other than the swap of heads.
Okay, look closer at the body parts, the limbs.
Oh yeah, you've done the leg swap, the cloth parts, the arms, and that for the
yes.
And look at the guy in the center.
Sorry, yeah, I should have said you put the non cloth parts on it.
Well, and the cloth parts. So the two on the outside have the black cloth parts, and the one on the inside has the minor armor.
Nice. It looks really, really good, doesn't it? The minor armor with it as well.
I like the little bit of black contrast instead of the full solid red.
Yeah, I think it gives them more, more of a kind of an elite kind of look, rather than if they're full red, it might just be a bit too much red. Yeah. We got some more cosmics here. Look at that.
I really like that.
He's another great figure as well.
He's an awesome figure.
Yeah. You could.
So many options.
And then, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, another one of those. Had to do it.
It's so good.
I'd missed this one. That's an amazing shot, Brett. I love it.
Just another had to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did one with the guy who with his face melting, and I never posted anywhere. I just took the picture. My favorite one is actually the 5 Red Death.
Yeah, I was going to say the Red Death. That has a special place for you, Rich. With
it does. Brett was incredibly kind and sent me a Mask of the Red Death which is now
just have
proudly
it.
on my Bigger Mascara.
Don't say on your podcast that you're missing something because it may just show up.
Well, I was missing that gold bullion bar as well, but we'll see. No, it's
It might
incredibly
be a little
kind,
expensive to ship. They're heavy.
Yeah, Mal can say that Man United are missing a few points.
Oh,
Hey,
no, I'm not going to do it.
Awesome. So
You can
we got
see
the Lego
when I
there.
started it with the Mythics
Yeah.
was right there at that skeleton. That was
Yeah.
one of my first ones.
Nice. He was a great figure.
I was going to say, yeah, it's an awesome figure.
And that was like the first ones, and I was just blown away. And at the time, I was just raving about this figure. And somebody said, "Wait till you get one that has actual paint."
Yeah.
And I wasn't understanding what they meant. I'm like, "Well, this looks painted to me." And then I got one with actual paint, and I was just, again, blown away for the second time.
Yeah. Well, we got. What is this? So there's the heads pack. This is some Warrior parts and some of the Furious 4 parts.
Yep.
Very
And
nice.
his name
Very
is
cool.
Bloodhorn because those are the Vorgus horns. So he's Bloodhorn Stonewood.
Oh,
And
no.
he's got a nice little. He's got a nice little spiked ball weapon with a bit of blood on it. Very nice.
Very cool.
And you also do some non-toy photography as well.
That's
So this-
correct.
This is your other profile.
I've
John,
been
you
doing
stalk particularly well on Instagram.
Well, if you look at I mean, it's our guests, you know. But if you look on Brett's title there on the screen, you can see he has both the handles for these instruments.
Okay.
So the
this
picture
is,
of the day. This is my
L tidy.
photographer page, if you will.
Yeah.
I haven't posted any real stuff, but I've been doing a picture of the day. 2008-ish, somewhere in that time frame. Forever, for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's just picture of the day, every day. Keep it going. It's something that I've been doing, and I don't know. Every year I have this existential crisis around the December 30th. I go, do I keep it going for another year? Do I keep it going for another year? So I keep doing it. And actually, the first year of each of my daughter's lives, from day 1 to day 365 or 366, I did a picture of the day of them as well. So I
Oh,
have their
wow.
whole entire first year of their lives
That's
in a picture
amazing.
form.
That is great.
And when they're that little, they just change so.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
nice to go back and look and go, wow. So and usually, John, it's either sky or ground or something if I'm sitting in a hotel lobby but it forces me to get the camera out of the pocket, take the picture, and actually do something or see something different. And I love the nature stuff.
Yeah. So you use your phone? Do you have any camera gear as well, or?
I do. I just haven't gotten it out in a while. If you go to, let me put in a link in the chat for you. All of my quote unquote real stuff is still in a page on Facebook. I haven't done much in the last couple of years. 2020 was a lost year. I didn't even get my camera out 2020, and 21 was not much better. And 22 I got out a couple times to shoot. 23 I haven't done any.
Right. Oh, cool. So these are really cool. Wow.
And I actually spent 3 days in Chernobyl in 2018.
Oh, wow. So just
Oh, wow.
not long
Yeah.
before the stuff kicked off
Yeah.
there.
For the 14th time. And unfortunately, I don't think I'll be going back there anytime soon.
No,
No.
I don't think any of us will, unfortunately. Wow, these are amazing. So proper. That's a kind of a bit of a collage of them.
Nope, that's not mine. I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's not yours. Okay, sorry.
Oh, somebody tagged me in it. Yeah, go to
Gotcha.
album.
Yeah. Yeah. Albums. There we go.
And if you want to see the Chernobyl, you can scroll down. But I shoot a lot, or did shoot a lot of abandoned buildings, lost architecture, if you will, urban decay, ruin porn, whatever you want to call it. But architecture and details and lines and stuff like that always grabbed my artistic eye. Even as a kid, I loved to draw the perspective drawing.
Gotcha.
That's amazing.
So where's the Chernobyl one then?
Keep scrolling down. Right. Okay. Where it says Revelation 8 verses 10 and 11.
Yeah.
So a little bit about that. In the Bible, in Revelations, chapter 8, verse 10 and 11, it says a star will come down and turn the waters bitter and blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. And the star shall be named Wormwood. And the old Ukrainian word for wormwood was Chernobyl.
Oh, wow.
So the Russianized version of it was Chernobyl. And I'm like, okay, that's a little eerie. Not that I'm like, I don't go to church every weekend, but that's just kind of eerie that a biblical verse would have some impact on a star blowing up a city.
Yeah, for sure. Well, these are great pictures. Amazing.
It was, we're all children of the Cold War, and we learn propaganda from one side, but actually going there, seeing it, understanding what those people lived with and under, gave a whole new perspective to growing up in that time. Every citizen over there was issued a gas mask because the evil, aggressive Americans were going to gas them. The signs posted in places of all the military forces of NATO saying this is why we must protect ourselves. It's like our history was prejudiced by the propaganda we grew up with, much like theirs was. So it was just really, really interesting to actually experience that firsthand, even though it was abandoned and evacuated. But 1986, right at the height of it all, we were taught in school nuclear drills. Run out in the hall, put your book or your hands over your head in case you're asked goodbye.
And how did you get close to it, or was there a zone that you?
So you have to get a guide of some sort to take you in. And they handle all of the paperwork and the pre-clearance. And you have to send them in your passport. You have to get your documentation all around. You go through the 30-mile exclusion zone, and they check all the paperwork. They make sure you're legit, blah, blah, blah. And then you go through another checkpoint at the 1 kilometer. And from there, I was 150 feet away from the new safe confinement. And just marveling that I'm standing 150 feet from where the actual reactor is being covered. Now, he only stayed there for about 5 minutes, which is about as much radiation as 3 dental x-rays before we got a little further away. But it was just mind-blowing. Because, it dominated our lives for quite a bit of time.
For sure, yeah.
And it was one of those things I always wanted to see in person, and I did it. And the day I got done, I immediately wanted to go back.
Wow.
And spend more time.
Well, from that to another big man from the east of Europe.
Hey, Greg.
How are you?
What's going on, gents?
Good,
yeah. What's up?
Great.
Just another wonderful Sunday afternoon. How you doing, Greg?
Not bad. Hanging in there,
Excellent.
So, how are you preparing for Legion's Con?
I'm not. I mean, trying to save every single penny and dollar. I gotta turn in some quarters and dimes and nickels that I've been saving up over the past year. I kind of do that every year.
Yeah.
Every little bit of change
vacuuming
I
out all
get.
the cars that come into the dealership.
Oh yeah, I mean that's always, you know, I always get the cup of change in there.
Yeah, you got the shakedown. The shakedown.
Yeah.
See, I guess you're working today as well, or on a Sunday?
No, I'm off on Sundays. I'm off Sundays. Today's my only day. I'm actually fully off from the day job and the studio because the studio's not open on Sundays. So otherwise, I probably would have been there doing something.
When's the next time you're going in to unload a container? And how big is the box for the dragon?
The good thing about that is that I don't know till the week of.
Oh,
yeah.
When they're like, we got the container coming in, they're like, oh,
be here on Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, Wednesday. Yep, I'm usually there Wednesday mornings, every Wednesday.
I think it's also probably fun for you to be surprised as well, Greg. You don't want to know too much, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's still nice. Like I still get spoiled all the time, and it's still a great like, oh shit, you know, moment.
Yeah.
Well, you probably have to see them in various stages of planning and pre-production and mid-production.
Most figures I see pieces of. Yeah.
And then the
most
final
pieces,
is just a surprise to you.
It's a surprise for everybody most of the time because nobody really sees it put together until the end. You know, maybe in the main picture of it put together, but the actual figure, it's usually just pieces that is spread around, and you don't see it put together till G-Con or reveal.
Yeah. So you probably walked by your tribute 100 times, looking at each individual bit and bob, and not even realize it was you.
Yeah, so when I first saw the Orgonite put together, I was like, oh shit, we're getting an Orgonite. That's dope. I can't wait. I'm going to put my head on it. That was like the first thing that I said. And a couple heads turned like with little smirks. And I never really put one-on-one together with the way certain people looked at me when I was saying certain things until afterwards. I'm like, you little
sneaky little buggers, aren't they? I always mutter under my breath, Jeremy, you're just such a sneaky little bugger.
Yeah, and you know they do a good job of keeping everybody like not in the loop. So a lot of people don't know until the day of either. You know, only like a small, not even I could say a handful of people. It's like a handful of people that know what's exactly going on.
It's like the Manhattan Project and putting together the first nuclear bomb. You know, these guys had guidance. These guys had payload. These guys.
That's pretty. Yeah.
So, Greg, tell us what's your role this year at Legion's Con? Are you working the horseman table, the armory?
Right now, it looks like I'm going to be at the armory. Me and Joe are going to be manning the armories.
We got the brute squad.
Yeah, I'm not sure who else is going to be doing what, but. And you know, and then between that, I'm going to probably be running around, helping, doing this. It's usually a madhouse, so it's I think
just,
this year
there to do whatever you're asked. Is that how it works?
Yeah, like last year, it was a little rough carrying all the supplies from one end all the way to the other end of the show, which kind of sucked. So this year, I think that part is kind of better planned out and figured out, where it's going to be less time of us having to run around and hunk around hand trucks of boxes across the whole entire show.
Oh yeah, moving your storage right behind the curtain of where you're selling it this year.
Yeah, that's going to help a lot, because last year I wasn't even supposed to be working. I was supposed to be hanging out last year. And when I went by the table and I saw my boys in a madhouse, I said, all right, clocking in.
Time to roll up the sleeves and get dirty.
Yeah, and I just went in there,
The new layout is really great. I think it's awesome the way they did that, and they put the experience in the figure fair and the studio connected people in that side room there, and the whole atmosphere is going to change because now you've got one big community room, and it's going to be a nice change.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, as the cons go in, they tweak them little by little just to make it that much better, And I think this year is pretty well tweaked, but we won't know anything until it's showtime. like the armor.
Progressive
You don't really know how
elaboration,
that's going to work
continuous
out until
improvement.
it's showtime.
So is your reward for working the armory that you're going to get one of each build?
I wish
All 240,000.
I will beg. I will plead. I will beg again.
Yeah, because you're a bit of a completist, I guess, at this point. Or?
A little bit, I
Yeah,
got one of everything, pretty much, just
yeah. So this is the one that's going to bite some completists, I think, with all.
I've talked to a few,
even just the
John.
official builds.
Yeah, I've talked to a few completionists, and it's like, how do they manage this?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it from my
Sometimes you
point
have
of view,
to
and I'm
admit
trying to tell them,
defeat.
don't worry about it. It's not part of. There's no bios. There's no
correct.
entries.
So you're just building
Lego.
You're building your own characters.
Yeah.
It's all the parts that you have just painted a little different, and
Yeah.
they are going to be releasing a lot of them single packs. I don't know what the build out's going to be. So,
Jeremy posted it last weekend.
Okay, so everybody knows the build out. So what I suggest is
10.
build what they don't offer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. That's what I
If you're completist. If not, just build what you want.
What you
know?
fancy,
if not, build what you want. But if you really want to be a completist, make a build that they're not going to offer, and that's the build that you want to make. And then this one, when they offer, you get the other ones, and then you can actually mix match and make your own at the time.
For sure. So I wanted to highlight, because we actually went. Big Greg kindly invited us back to his place last year on our way back to the airport. And obviously took some photos, so I'm just going to bring up a few of those now. So your room could have changed around a bit since then, Greg, or
it's evolved a little bit. It's evolved quite a bit.
But we can see what we have here. So he has, I mean, for the amount of space you have, this is probably the best display room I've ever been in, because it's not a huge room,
incredible.
But the use of space is incredible.
Yeah, I try to really maximize my use of space in here.
Yeah.
I sit there sometimes and look like, how can I add something else?
It's like going into a fish store and just seeing all those individual aquariums.
Yeah,
just populated with it. Here's the reef here. Here's a reef from there. And it's just everything is thoughtfully curated and wonderfully out there.
Yeah, it's the way it's presented. I mean, if you look at a picture like this, you got just very similar themed figures together. Some of Chris's demons.
Yeah.
The D13.
That's my green shelf.
Yeah.
Dude, when you posted that at PowerCon, there was a mad dash to Chris's table.
Oh yeah, when picture, I went straight to the room, and you know what's funny? The lighting in the room was so good. Like right on that little in front of the TV next to it, they had like this little LED kind of light, and it was really. I couldn't even, when I came home, I tried to take that picture over again with a background. I couldn't get that same damn lighting because it was so damn good in that room. I was like, damn, it lit everything up so well.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have things here like the Fury shelf, that's, I mean, that's a dream display there. We got a bunch of the, what are these called? Seventh Kingdom figures?
Seventh Kingdom stuff, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is some of the rare stuff. We got a bunch. I had to get a bit of Star Wars in there.
I got some Star Wars. Yep.
It's so these are Black Series mostly, Greg, or
Black Series for the most part. Yep. Yeah. Maybe like one or two fig arts might be in there somewhere. Yeah. That top shelf still looks the same. I haven't gotten to that
yet. So we got very cool. Like you see throughout the whole thing, dials is a key thing in your display.
Yeah, just having some kind of background, try to create little worlds.
So I guess every one of these kind of cons you end up at, you're probably nabbing a dio here or there off somebody over the years.
That's pretty much that's pretty much what it is. It's patience. Everything looks great, but it takes patience just to get the little pieces just to put something together.
Yeah, for sure. TMNT.
Yeah,
love this one.
That got bigger.
Rich,
I took several pictures of that when I was there, and I've spent so much time looking over them because I'm trying not to get into the neck of TMT. but your display obviously had loads of them together. So I keep looking at the pictures going, do I? No. So if I ever do, Greg, it's your fault.
Wait till you come over this year. You're going to be like, oh my God, multiple sewers? How many sewers this guy got?
Oh, you can crawl into them, look. So there's the extension of the TNT.
Yeah, so if you pop me up, I'll show you how that looks now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
That's gotten a sewer. And then there's another sewer over here, too. So I have 3 sewers now.
Amazing.
Don, we need to stop doing these recordings. It's costing me money. The ones
it's all good. It's all good.
Boom, enable.
That's another show. That's another show. I'm very familiar with that show. I've helped them with a few episodes, but that's still another show. They're awesome people. Here's another awesome Mythics display. That's the Legion of Arthur, of course. This was one of the first ones. I think whenever we went into the room and we kind of settled in the corner to start looking, and this was the first one I saw. I was like, whoa.
See, I've got that American Werewolf in London that's in the middle in my display now. And I thought I'd come up with a good idea, but now I'm thinking, did I see it at Greg's? And subconsciously I was just like, I'm going to buy that, yeah.
Do you have 2 though?
I don't have 2, no. And mine's in my Vampire Brew.
Yeah.
So,
Fail. Yeah,
so that shelf changed. That's changed now. That's just all skeletons now.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Cool, yeah. Get those knights out of there.
I love that display though, with all the fighting and that. It was just like, wow.
The vampires, Rich. This
so good.
So good, huh?
That's got more populated.
Yeah, there is a bit of space. You see, anywhere you see a little bit of floor space there around the figure's feet, he's going to stick more figures in there.
More.
But it's just the things like the predator bodies hanging down and that sort of stuff. It just gives it that extra oomph.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Thank you.
It definitely made me do a double take. Or things like the little moon in the background here, just on the top left.
Yeah, with the little bats.
So cool. Yeah, it just looks so cool. This one was one of I think Mal's favorite is the Magnus with, if you can see there, the Alf.
Yeah.
And then all the little test tube aliens. All the aliens obviously here at the front.
That shelf almost got put away. Now it's just more aliens and I threw my predators in there too, so it's like an aliens kind of versus predator. I need to tighten it up. I just kind of threw them in there a little bit and said, all right, I'll see you guys later.
So Greg, can I ask, how much time would you say a week that you spend on your room and doing the displays and that sort of stuff?
Honestly, not enough. I gotta really be in the mindset to get in here for a couple hours.
Yeah,
because the problem is you come in to do one thing and then I end up touching this one. I'm touching that one. I touched this one up. I fixed this shelf up, and then next 2 hours went by and I didn't even get to what I originally came in to do.
Something falls over and then you've got a whole new load of work that you didn't think of.
Like my Galactus stuff just fell right now, like not too long ago. It's like, oh, great.
Yeah, and then the last one we have here is Wolverine and Deadpool. Obviously, that's quite topical for the last month or two.
And that was before Deadpool versus Wolverine. I already had them together.
Yeah, this was last November. So that's. I mean, for being that type of a collection and the way you've set up it, that's worth visiting on its own. If you could somehow magically move your display room just into one of those little hallways at Legion's Con, and charge people $5 to enter and look around.
That would take me a year to set up and leave it there.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, it's not something that can ever be set up at a convention because it would take 50 people 10 hours to set it up.
Yeah, easy.
But
after the con, I set up a little folder on my phone with all my pictures and screenshots and that sort of stuff from Legion's Con, and I couldn't figure out why I had literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photographs. And then I clicked into it and I was like, oh, big Greg's. Yeah, okay. That explains that. I took so many photographs in your display room, Greg.
That's like 50 right there.
It was well over 100. I went click crazy.
Yeah, and
I'm looking forward to having you guys over again this year.
Oh, mate, if we can manage it, we definitely will. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
We'll try to set up. When are you guys flying in?
So Wednesday afternoon, I think most of us. Are you a bit later, Richard?
Yeah, I'm sort of Wednesday evening sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I'll be at the hotel.
So we're all going to intern. Everyone here is. You're at intern as well, Greg?
I will be there. Yes, I'll be manning the tables and stuff over there too. Kind of like I did last year when you guys place the orders and then we run and we pull everybody's orders.
And making sure nobody like Rich sneaks into the wrong room. Wrong.
A lot of things changed this year. You guys are going to see a lot of. It's as this room progressed, so has the studio.
But I know that last year they had a lot of boxes, because they had a lot of containers. Maybe that has that been kind of cleared out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's
going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for everybody to see everything.
Very good. Very good. Well, guys, we've got another round of guests to chat to, so it was great to get some of your time today, and great to chat to you, and can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Yes, sir.
Stay safe out there.